I would like to welcome you to our presentation entitled The Sand in You. The Sand in You. We've reached a very dangerous time in the Earth's history. I don't know if you are getting me there. Okay, thank you. We have reached a very dangerous time in the Earth's history, such that each one of us need to find a reason to live for. Not only a reason to live for, but also the reason to die for. Someone said that if you don't find the reason to die for, you have not found the reason to live for. Therefore, you are not fit or worthy to live. Therefore, it is important to hold on to something firmly, such that you should be willing to lay your life for it. And there is nothing that is important or that is worthwhile to lay your life for than the Word of God. The title of our presentation today is saying, The Sand in You. And we'll try to read from the book of Jeremiah and try to explain what is found in the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah 18 verses 1 to 6. Then the word which came to Jeremiah from the Lord, saying, Arise and go down to the potter's house, and there I will cause thee to hear my word. Then I went down to the potter's house, and behold, he wrought a work on the wheel. And the vessel that he made of clay was marred in the hand of the potter. So he made it again another vessel, as it seemed good to the potter. As it seemed good to the potter to make. Then the word of the Lord came to me, saying, O house of Israel, cannot I do with you as a potter, saith the Lord? Behold, as the clay is in the hand of the potter's hand, so are you in my hands, O house of Israel. This is the word of the Lord. So God told Jeremiah to go to the potter's house, so that he could see what the potter was doing in that house. That was a very practical lesson, because the prophet wouldn't have understood what happens in the potter's house. So as he observed, or as the prophet observed what the potter was doing, and then God brought a lesson unto Jeremiah, which he was to convey to the children of Israel. And he said, Cannot I do with thee as what the potter was doing to the clay? So which means that God has got the power to change the lives of men. He's got the power to mold us, to create us anew. Now, I want us to understand what happens when someone is making or molding the clay, or when the potter is working on the clay. There are steps that take place for you to come up with the final product. The first step is for the potter to go to find the soil, or the clay soil, which is usually found by the riverside. After he picks the soil or the clay, the second step is that of powdering. You make it in powder form. After making it in powder form, and then you put in the dish, or in the drum filled with water. Then you'll be able to mix. Okay, to mix, stir, so that the clay is mixed with the water. After that, what is going to happen is that the sand is going to settle at the bottom of the drum or the container, and then it's going to pick the clay and put it in the sack. And then the other step, after doing that, the sack is put in the sand so that the moisture can be drained out. And thereafter, then the potter will take the clay and then will start molding on the wheel, or working on the wheel. If he makes something that he does not like, is going to smash and knead again, and then is going to again create another vessel that will seem fit unto the potter. When that is done, the next step that happens that takes place is that after he's made a vessel of his own desire or design, he's going to put it, you allow it to dry a little bit, and then he's going to put it in the furnace. The furnace is going to make the object or the vessel to be hard and fit for use. If this object does not go through that process, if this vessel does not go through that process, it is fit for nothing. It is fit for nothing. Which means it cannot be used anywhere. After the furnace, then the potter will have to polish it, and then will have to paint it, and then will make a vessel of honor, something that will be used, or something that is that can be used, something that is very durable. Without that process, clay remains to be mud, and it cannot be fit for use anywhere. Now, God is interested in your salvation and is interested in my salvation. Our characters, we are like clay. The clay that is the dirt that cannot be used anywhere. And oftentimes we are mixed with the sand. So in the process of making the vessel, or this vessel that the potter wants to make, you find that if the vessel is not properly made, it is going to crack. And some of the things that will make the vessel to crack in the furnace are, number one, if it contains some kind of air if there is some kind of air in the clay. If at all there is some kind of sand, if the process does not remove the sand out of the clay, then when this vessel is put in the furnace, it is going to break. Now, don't forget, our lesson is saying the sand in you. You are that vessel of clay. And the sand that you have in you is the sin that you have kept, that you've continued to allow in your life. It may be the sin of adultery, it may be fornication, it may be corruption, it may be pride, it may be selfishness, it may be love of pleasure more than love of God, it may be the movies that you like watching that are not pleasing to God, it may be the movies that are taking your time. All I want you to know is that there is sand, some kind of sand in the clay. There is some kind of sand in you, of which Jesus is trying by all means to take out that sand out of your vessel, so that when the time of trial comes, when you are put in the furnace, you are not going to break. As long as you keep harboring or holding on to the sand or to the sin, your vessel is going to break when the furnace comes. As the children of God, we believe that there is coming a time of trouble. A time of trouble for the children of God. People who are going to stand on the word of God are going to be persecuted. That is a furnace that God is going to allow to purify the children of God, or to purify his children. And many today who are even ranked with Seventh-day Adventist believers who know or believe the truth, many of them are very careless today. They are allowing sand to be part of the clay. Jesus is trying by all means to purify, to remove the sand, but they're still holding on to the sand. They are a type of clay that is holding on to the sand. What should the potter do to such a one? What will the potter do? Will he keep on trying to remove the sand out of the clay? Then when will the process be done? If Jesus will always be trying to remove the sand out of the clay, when are you going to be ready to be put in the sand? When are you going to be ready to be put in the furnace? So as the children of God, we need to be very serious. We need to keep away from the things of the wicked one. We need to keep away from the worldly music, the worldly movies. We need to part work or company with clubbing, drinking of alcohol, fornication and adultery, and all sorts of pleasures that are not pleasing to God. There is sand within you, the sand of sin, that you need to take out. May God bless you.